पादमौलिपर्यन्तां गुरूणामाकृतिं स्मरेत्तेन विघ्नं प्रणश्यन्ति सिद्ध्यन्ति च मनोरथः लक्ष्मीं तनोतु नितरामितरानपेक्षं मङ्गलित्वयं निगमशाखिशिखा प्रवालम् ऐरम्बमम्बुरुहडम्बरचौर्यनिघ्नं विघ्नाद्रिभेदशतधारधुरन्धरन्नः सर्वेषां स्वागतम्. Welcome to the Bhāvārtha session for the 17th shloka of Sri Rama. So, in this shloka, the continuation of karma tyaga lakshana, the tyaga of karma karikas is going to take place. So, here, यावच्छरीरादिषु माययात्मधीः तावत् विधेयो विधिवादकर्मणाम् नीतीति वाक्यैरखिलं निषिध्य तत् ज्ञात्वा परात्मानमथ त्यजेत् क्रियाम् यावच्छरीरादिषु माययात्मधीः तावत् विधेयो विधिवादकर्मणाम् नीतीति वाक्यैरखिलं निषिध्य तत् ज्ञात्वा परात्मानमथ त्यजेत् क्रियाः. So, what are they trying to say over here? Yavat sharirādishu mayaya atmadhihi. So, when we are talking about karma tyaga, it is not that we are not giving enough importance to karmas. Because when the argument of Purva Paksha Vada comes, their point is simply that when karma is also mentioned in the Vedas, why aren't we giving it the same weightage as that of Jnana? So for that, the rebuttal has to clarify that karma is not being ignored over here. So as long as yavat shariradishu maya atmadhihi, so as long as we identify with the body, we have to do karma. The reason is simply that the karmas justify our manifestation. Because when we talk about the material manifestation, it has to first start with karma ichha. When the karma ichha occurs, then certain manifestation takes place. So when we talk about Sankhya, there also we start with the Sayoga of Prakriti and Purusha. What occurs, what manifests is Mahat. After Mahat manifests, there is an Aham Bhava. Then, because there is Aham Bhava, there is a need for us to, the mediums, there is a need for us to process information. So, there is importance for us to create the medium through which we can get the information. So, there are the Panchamahabhutas. And then we have to take that information. That means we need receptors. So we have the tanmatras, and then we have through every medium only certain kind of information can be processed. We have those kind of things. So they are all linked. That is the reason Kriya creates more things. Jnana shows that it is achala. It is spread out everywhere and it does not move. It does not need to approach anything. It is the reason. The karma samuchayavadins are trying to bring out one particular aspect. Again, the whole text is from the Advaita point of view. Therefore, they are justifying it, saying that their point of argument is that nobody is ignoring the karmas. They are saying that karma is given its due. How is karma given its due? They are saying yavat shariradishu. So as long as shariradishu atmadhihi, that is when we are finding ourselves within our sharira itself, when we are not able to look beyond our sharira, then at that point of time, it is our kriyas, It is our through the Vaidika karmas, we are trying to connect with the Avyakta. That is the reason when we do our kriyas, we do all those sankalpa, we do samarpana. All the we are trying to bring about a certain bhava. We are trying to bring about certain um, recognition for the esoteric planes. So here we are not ignoring the karmas. We are simply saying that for what the question asked. The question asked was how to cross the ocean of ignorance and how to be liberated from samsara, bhavapavarga. For this specifically, it is not possible to do it through karma because karma inadvertently cultivates samsara. Samsara is a resultant of karma. So it is not possible for us to be selective about that karma or this karma. So therefore, karma must be given up altogether. That is what they are saying. But nobody is saying that there is no importance of karma or that the Vedas, we are going against the Veda Shastra. So they are specifying that there is importance of karma. When yavat shariradishu maya atmadhihi tavat vidheyo vidhivada karmanam. That means as long as we identify with our sharira, as long as we see ourselves in the sharira, then whatever is the vidhis, whatever is the Vedas prescribed karmas that it has been given, that has to be followed. Then na iti is neti, na iti. Neti is a vakya that comes in the Vedas. Yanneti neti. So in the Veda, we will it will be elaborated later on. So this is a negation after completing. That means when the identification to our body stops. That means we are able to see ourselves beyond this sharira. That is when we need to negate. We need to reject the manifestations. So we need to reach a certain stage. Nobody is saying that we have to start doing it now. No. Realization will happen on its own and it will happen at a point when we are ready. There are many requirements for it. So just by reading a text, we are not going to be liberated. Just by chanting something, we are not going to be liberated. They're all a part of it. But we cannot say that reading this will give us the jnana. No. This is just like uh, it is not even an instruction manual. This is not even an instruction manual. If the true knowledge is Vedanta, then to read that we need to understand certain concepts that we will get to know from the Shastras. Understanding the Shastras requires the jnana of the elements. Elements as in Vyakarana, Chandas, all the Vedangas, the Shad Darshanas. As knowing those concepts will help us know the process. But to understand that also, we require certain help because we've been away from the true, we've been away from the ancient knowledge for such a long time. We need some help. And now that help also comes through different things. This is like a mention of a mention. And this is like a photo of somebody in a mirror. It is that far off. So this is just an argument that is being the Advaita argument being um, it is being presented through this particular text. That's all. There are many texts which oppose or argue against this also. Then there are counter arguments which justify it also. This is just one part of it. Even if you look at the Sampradayas, it is so broad that we have the Shad Darshanas. out of the Shat Darshanas, the first five Darshanas have been mixed up in things. They are not independent, unfortunately. We will never find somebody who is sustaining only on Sankhya philosophy. We will not, maybe yoga there will be there. Yoga also requires the knowledge of Sankhya again. If you are talking about Nyaya and then Vaisheshika, then also they do not sustain on their own anymore. The only branch of the Shaddarshanas that has expanded so widely, that is so relevant today, is Vedanta. And that is Uttaramimamsa. And in that Uttaramimamsa, that is the reason the nature of Brahman is discussed elaborately, and regardless of whichever philosophies that we want to understand, we are still going to be under the Vedanta branch itself. So no other branch of the Shaddarshanas is as exclusive as that of Vedanta, or as elaborate, or has that omnipresence as Vedanta. So we, even in that Vedanta, we start to think about the Sampradayas. We have the three Sampradayas, Advaita, Visishtadvaita, and then Dvaita. Then in that, this is not even the source text of Advaita. They have their Prasthanatrayis Bhashyas. The Acharyas have given Bhashyas for the Prasthanatrayis, which are the source documents. In that thought, there is a certain basic argument that this Sri Rama Gita is presenting. That's all. It is very far off. But because they are all based on Shruti Pramana, this is called as a Prakarana Grantha. We can consider it an entrance to a certain argument. Are there counter arguments? Yes, there are many counter arguments. But we cannot understand them unless we expand our knowledge of, unless we go out of Sri Rama Gita and then we include more texts into it, we will not understand the arguments. So this Sri Rama Gita is giving elaborating on one small argument of Advaita philosophy. And there they are trying to justify their stance, saying we are not ignoring that karma. We are saying karma must be given preference. But at what point of time? In the four ashramas, the first two ashramas require the performance of karmas. They need that support. So therefore, yavat shariradishu maya atmadhihi tavat vidheyo vidhivada karmanat. Until then, you follow it. Vidhivada karmanat, whatever is the karmanam, those things should be followed. That is described in the Vedas, it should be followed. After that, what should we do? Based on the Shruti Pramanas, or based on the concept that is given in the Vedanta called as yen neti neti, or negation, the concept of negation. When we start to proceed towards attaining knowledge, true knowledge, that is, there what are we supposed to do? Yen neti neti. By negation, we have to understand, we'll understand what yen neti neti means. It has also been explained in the same text only. So using that concept, using that vakya, akhilan nishidhyatat. Everything should be restricted. Everything should be negated. Everything should be given up. So nishidhya. Tat then jnatva paramatma. Here paramatmanam, within the Supreme Self, paramatmanam. Sorry. Paratmanam. This is Paratmanam. Paratmanam atha tyajet kriyaha. So here what they're trying to say is, using that particular concept of niti, one must try to paratmanam raise above one's body's identity. Para atmanam. That is, so going above the atma, when we talk about the bodies, what we identify is with the sthula sharira. Then we have the Sukshma Sharira. Sukshma Sharira is what we consider as the Atma. Raising above, that is differentiating the Stula Sharira and Sukshma Sharira to the extent where we are able to shift from identifying with the Stula Sharira to that of raising towards Sukshma Sharira. That is very important. So therefore, then that Jnatva, after realizing that uh, the after realizing the true knowledge, after realizing that through the process of negation, I have to raise above, I have to reach my supreme self. That means I have to reach the Karana Sharira, that is being the goal over there. So here, Jnatva Paratmanam atha tyajet kriyaha. So give up. At that point of time, we have to give up karmas. We don't have to give up karmas immediately. So until that point of time, we have to give importance to kriyas. Paratmanam tyajit kriya. So until that point of time, where we are soul, or where we can raise above the identity of self through subtle body and start to associate ourselves with the soul, Atma, or the Sukshma Sharira. Until that point of time, we have to give importance to Kriyas and we have to keep doing them. Only then we can give up. We have to start giving up the Kriyas. So, importance to karmas have been given. That is what this shloka 2 mentions. So we can see that the argument, it doesn't go as simply as oh, I beat you. So there is no conclusion, immediate conclusion over there. Already the fallacy, logical fallacy has been shown in the previous shloka, but it is not ending over there. The argument, the three shlokas, that is 11, 12, and 13, contain certain elements. What are they? First one is that the source, the weightage given, and then the incurrence of sin, and then the obligatory duty of performing them. Not optional, it is compulsory. So these are all elements of that argument. So each argument is going to be countered over here when we are rebuttaling. So in this is the second counter argument or the rebuttal, saying that nobody is ignoring the weightage given to kriyas is not less. Vaidika kriyas have to be performed. But the limitation is that from at this point of time, jnana gets more after we start going above the identification with through the stula sharira, we start to give more preference to jnana. Therefore, karmas have to be given up. So with this, the Bhāvārtha session for 17th shloka ends. Last. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः प्रतिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि।